To a surprise to literally no one ever, this movie is forgettable and it's equally as trash as the other films in this trilogy. I feel like honestly even making a review of this movie is a waste of time. Let's just go right into it. I feel like this movie has no sense of purpose, and even though it's the last movie in the trilogy, it still feels like it tries to do nothing. Like it truly does nothing. This whole trilogy was done to just capitalize on the CBM hype back in the day, but all of these movies flopped. I feel like none of these movies were properly written ever. This was all ChatGPT films. But there was a couple good things. I mean, like, I guess if you care about spoilers, mute me here for a second, because honestly, you shouldn't give a fuck about spoilers in this movie specifically. But watching the other symbiotes, come into play and show off one move was pretty cool before they all fucking inevitably die, right? Because that's the purpose of the movie, I guess, to show how weak a symbiote is compared to other dogs, I guess, like random dogs that literally just never die. Yeah. Just honestly, it's just this movie is just truly forgettable, and it's a movie that's not even worth your time, worth even talking about, worth a breath. I love Tom Hardy as much as the next guy, but I mean, like, this is just a rough trilogy he got himself into, and I'm glad it's over because my God, was that I feel like it was like jeopardizing his health. Everything that happens in this movie is completely pointless. Everything just happens for the sake of happening, and then there's points where you're like, okay, bro, like what the fuck am I fucking watching at this point? This is an eye roller movie. Like you're gonna roll your eyes throughout the movie multiple times. Like it's just a big pile of dog shit, honestly. I don't think it's the worst thing. I don't think it's worse than Madame Web in my opinion. I think it has like really good action sequences. Like I said, the last one is pretty cool, though it doesn't make sense on why that particular thing happened, but whatever. I just enjoyed the spectacle. Madame Web was just something different. That shit was just like astronomically trash top to bottom, but this one's like all right, like in terms of like shittery, like it's a little bit more tolerable shit than all the other comic book films released this year. So yeah, giving this movie a rating, just quick and easy. I'm gonna give this movie like uh, uh 3, a 2.5, a 3. I don't know. Like, and I'm just being generous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being utterly fucking generous. It's not worth your money. It's not worth your time. I think even if this movie comes out on fucking Netflix, I still think you probably sleep through it because it's boring, right? It's just plain boring. It's not worth your time. It's just not worth, like I said, a breath. So yeah.